Come work with us. Civic Media has a number of great jobs across the state. Open now at civicmedia.us/careers.
I'm meteorologist Mace Michaels. Our stretch of warmer temperatures will continue through the rest of the week. Mostly cloudy tonight, a few showers and thunderstorms. A low in the mid-50s. For tomorrow, sunshine returns, a high in the mid-70s. Highs to the upper 70s Thursday. Right now it's 73.
The possibility of lung cancer can be pretty scary, especially if you're one of approximately 8 million current or former smokers at high risk. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know that now there's a breakthrough low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early, and it only takes 60 seconds. You stop smoking, now start screening. For an easy quiz to see if you're eligible, visit SaveByTheScan.org. It could save your life. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
The Elder Care Locator is here to help you live your best life as you age at home. Our call center advisors are ready to connect you with trustworthy local experts. Help is just a phone call away at 1-800-677-1116.
You are never far away from your favorite radio station. We're always streaming on TuneIn and the Civic Media app. And if you missed your favorite show or game, listen to a podcast of it anytime on the app or our website, civicmedia.us.
Jane Matnair and Greg Bach.
Coming up on the show, women don't need to vote as long as they have a husband, apparently. Andrew Watkins.
Broadcasting live from the Civic Media Studios in Green Bay, this is Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba, your inside source on everything entertainment from Wisconsin to Hollywood.
Whatever gets you through the night, it's all right.
And now, a guy who never leaves the house without wearing a cup, Pete Schwaba.
Welcome to Nite Lite, ladies and gentlemen. I am Pete Schwaba. Great to have you with me on this Tuesday night. What a glorious night. What a beautiful Wisconsin fall, still summer day it's been. Hope you had a great day, whatever your day brought you today, and whatever led you here. I am grateful to have you, and we hope you join us tonight in our discussion about all things. Well, tonight, we've got theater. We've got a documentary film about the Brewers and a film festival. We're going to cram three amazing guests into a 2-hour show somehow. And we have a great question tonight, and we hope you guys all get involved because that makes this job that much more fun when people get involved. So Frank Hermans will be here at 6:20 tonight. Frank has a new show opening, and the title of it is great. It's based on a 1970s commercial, so I'm not going to give it away. I'll let Frank tell you. But he will be here at 6:20 to talk about his new show. And then at 7:05, Sean Hanisch will be here. Sean is the director of Just a Bit Outside, the story of the 1982 Milwaukee Brewers. Sean's been on the show. I think, Sean, if he makes one more appearance, he's officially a sidekick.
Yeah, a Nite Lite bestie. Or sidekick.
Yeah. Either way, Sean's a great guy, and he made a really cool documentary. And there's big news about it. So we thought we got to have Sean on so he can tell you himself what is happening with Just a Bit Outside, because it affects all Wisconsinites. And then back to Green Bay, we welcome Nick Watier from the Green Bay Film Festival. He will be here at 7:20 to talk about a big event this Saturday that involves yours truly. I'm very excited to host an event there at the Tarleton Theater this Saturday night, and a Q&A following one of the films. We'll talk about all of that and everything coming up at future Green Bay Film Festival events. They do such a great job, and Nick is a fun guest to talk to, and he will keep us up to date with what is happening over at the Tarleton in the coming days and weeks. Working the board tonight, Conrad Krieger. How are you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good. How are you doing, though?
I'm well.
Yeah, after that game last night, I didn't want to bring it up, but it's just...
Listen, if you want to be more involved in the show, you are going to follow my lead. You bring my Bears up, you're teetering, buddy.
I'm sorry for the loss.
It's okay. I've got gelato.
Yeah, that's a good point.
The Bears don't just lose. What they do is they set records and milestones for the other team when they lose. Last night, all I heard was, never before, actually it was like, not since Fran Tarkington as a quarterback thrown 3 touchdowns in the fourth quarter, ran for 2 and ran for one and threw for two. Cam Newton was the last one to do that. It's like, okay, I'm glad the Bears are making history for the other team. Yeah, it was a brutal one. So we'll see. We play Detroit this weekend, and we'll see if they I don't know, Detroit. I don't know if it's, again, I don't know if it was the Packers' defense that looked amazing or if Detroit is missing a lot of parts.
Yeah, I mean,
so who knows?
Without those coordinators, it looked a little rough.
Could be a bit of an adjustment period.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's early. It's game one. I will, it's only in my, as a Bear fan, this is what I have to look forward to is it's only 16 weeks until I get to start talking about the offseason and the draft and free agency and the combine and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, it should be interesting. We have a great question tonight that I think we should get to because our pal Frank Anderson will be here in just a few minutes. So let's get to our Nightlight question of the night.
Let's talk about the question.
Okay, question.
Question. Question.
Pregunta.
Question.
Question.
Okay, I have a question. Questions? This question.
Domanda.
Question.
Questions.
Oh, how do you feel about people who use flags? Political, sports, music, whatever, to accessorize their sweet rides. I have to be honest. I just think it's a little obnoxious. Look at me. I'm against it. I don't care, but I would never put something like that on my car. I don't even put bumper stickers on my car because I feel like, you know, how do you find a bumper sticker that perfectly brands you? And I wouldn't put something on there that didn't. And so the conversation is over because how are you going to find a bumper sticker that perfectly describes what you want people, what you want to convey to other drivers? And I feel the same way about flags, especially when people have a flag on each side and they're flapping. And it's just like, oh, wow. I think it's kind of like a cry for help. It's too much.
What'd you think about that bumper sticker I sent you today?
Yeah, I was going to bring that up.
You know, honestly, it was a pretty good one. It was great.
Okay, so the bumper sticker, it was on a Grand Caravan.
Yep.
And it says, I'm giving her all she's got, Captain. Basically saying what, you have kind of a lame ride or what?
Or saying
it just doesn't go that fast.
Just doesn't go that fast, yeah. I think I might get that one for mine.
That's how you're going to define yourself. Boy, that's gutsy.
I'll just put it on my butt.
Just put it on your pants. So when you walk around, people see it. My favorite is, I saw this one in Marinette. There's a pickup truck driving around, and it's really like maxed out. Got the big wheels. It's like 20 feet off the ground, the crazy lights. And then there's a bumper sticker in the window that just says, yes, it's small. That's gutsy. That's a guy with a great sense of humor.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's a girl. I don't know who's driving this thing. But anyway, it made me laugh. So anyway, that's I don't know. I would never do the flags. Political, certainly. That's just like, you put political flags in your car. It's like, hey, we just won the Civil War or something. Sort of like, okay.
Yeah.
And sports teams too. It's like, I kind of feel the same way about it. I feel like the guy who's wearing his team's attire head to toe.
Yeah, you know, if money was no object, I think my car, my Dodge Dart, would be green with some yellow stripes, some huge flags on the back, and just Packer bumper stickers all over it.
I just want to see you on a first date pulling up. Although the girl probably would feel the same way, so you're probably golden.
Yeah.
So that's our question, folks. How do you feel about when people put flags on their cars? Political, sports, music, whatever. I'm not really a fan. Conrad doesn't sound like he's that big of a fan. But let us know what you think. 855-752-4842, 855-75-CIVIC. You can also text us on the Civic Media app. It's like the sweet ride of apps. Very easy to use. Or drop us a stream comment if you're watching the radio on YouTube, Facebook, or X. Let us know. And give us a like or a follow while you're there. It's always nice to get likes and be followed. Stalk us, if you would, on the radio.
Yes.
So anyway, I had an audition today for a priest, which is kind of cool.
Okay.
I would love to play a priest.
Can you just recite the lines right now for us?
Yeah, you know what? I might still have the window open. It was something like, no, I can't. Actually, I had to quote Matthew, I think. And it was like kind of someone committed a murder. and two of the people are in the church, and my words are resonating with them, and they're shooting each other looks. So, and it's kind of a good big studio film, which would be fun.
Yeah, good luck.
Thank you. And they don't need me. They need me for it's like a couple vacation days. I can do that.
Okay.
You can write the beats and.
Yeah.
You know what you should do one night when I'm not here? Just don't tell anyone and pretend you're me. I'd love to see if you can get the voice down.
Good night, Wisconsin.
Wait a minute, that sounded like Conrad. So I went home last night and I was gonna watch the second second episode of The Paper. I did not get to it. So I am gonna try to do that though. And I'm doing this based on your recommendation alone, Con. So pressure's on.
Yeah.
So we've got some news. Conrad will not be here Thursday. He's taking the night off to watch the Packer or go to the Packer game.
Yeah, go
right?
to the game. Yep.
Where are your seats? You got good seats?
Well, if anyone knows where the gold packages are in the seats, I'm up there.
In the nosebleeds? Like
no,
in the
not
seats?
the nosebleeds. They're anywhere in Lambeau's a great seat. First of all,
true. You just want to be there. Honestly, it's like I always like getting good seats, but I don't know. Never stop me from going if I'm in the nosebleeds. So on the stream, Dave says, I'm more of a huge set of bumper balls.
Okay.
Didn't he we must have had a similar question a couple weeks ago because I feel like Dave texted that in.
Well, he said it the other way.
Truck balls. God, who would ever do that?
I've seen them more than I would want to.
Yeah. Right. And when you put testicles on your truck, the first thing I think of is that guy has no balls. Honestly, that's just this is an extension of what you don't have. That's kind of what comes to mind. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you just like the way they look. I have no idea. Some of our social media responses to tonight's questions. Conrad started us off on social media and says, love me a sweet bumper sticker, but a flag is a little too far. Could be hazardous. Oh, I didn't think of that.
It could fly off and go right into your windshield.
Put an eye out.
Yeah.
John on social media says, guessing it is a compensation tactic for some other deficiency, i.e., again, truck nuts. Sorry, Dave. Small-minded people are often the loudest people. Well, no argument there, John. And, my pal Tim Baker chiming in on social media says, I've had enough of the flags. So, all right. So let us know what you think, though, folks. 855-752-4842, 855-75-CIVIC. We have a clip I've been meaning to get to, and I love this. This kind of involves a Wisconsin guy, Chris Farley. And it was one of his sketches from Saturday Night Live, written by Bob Odenkirk. And these are Bob Oden. You have that ready, Con? You ready? Okay. These are Bob Odenkirk's thoughts about the sketch that he wrote for his pal Chris Farley.
Living in a van down by the river, when I was growing up, I would say is the North Star of sketch comedy. It is a perfect comedy sketch.
Sketch writers especially want the writing to matter. They want the writing to be the star. But the truth is, in sketch comedy, the performance is the star.
Yeah.
It is 70% performance, 30% writing, maybe more performance, maybe 80%. It just is.
Yeah.
And that's sort of you could say maybe a 50-50 sketch. I could do that sketch as the motivational speaker.
Sure.
And it'd be pretty funny. And
you'd be great.
My natural rage would be on display and fun.
Yeah.
But no one could beat Chris.
Well said.
Yeah.
Very cool. That's a great. I love the story behind that, too, because Odenkirk wrote that sketch, sent it in because he had friends on Saturday Night Live, and they got his stuff seen. And I think back then it was more common. You could submit something, and there was always a chance they would do it on the show. He was a waiter at Ed DeBevick's in downtown Chicago, an old burger joint with a theme. Just that was his day job while he was at Second City. And he looks up while he's waiting on a table and sees Chris Farley doing the motivational speaker van down by the river. I mean, what a cool.
It's such a good sketch. It's so funny.
And talk about a guy who knows how to write for his friend. That was like he said, anybody could have done it. Maybe it would have been funny, but Chris Farley really put an exclamation mark on that. And there's this is exciting too, folks. If you're a Neil Diamond fan, there's finally a release date for the new Neil Diamond movie. And, it's coming out Christmas Day. Gotta find that. What are they calling that again? You remember what I said? Christmas tunes. Song Sung Blue. Yeah, it was named after a Neil Diamond song. Song Sung Blue, based on a Milwaukee couple that started doing a tribute band to Neil Diamond. They were called Thunder and Lightning. We're going to get into this more as that date approaches because that looks like a really fun movie with some great songs. Speaking of great songs, coming up next after the news, our pal Frank Hermans, the legendary Frank Hermans, joins us in studio to talk about his new show. That is coming up next on Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba on the Civic Media Radio Network.
From Hobart to Bay Settlement, 97.9 WGBW.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance supervisor at a manufacturing facility, he knows keeping the line up and running is a top priority. That's why he chooses Grainger. Because when a drive belt gets damaged, Grainger makes it easy to find the exact specs for the replacement product he needs. And next day delivery helps ensure he'll have everything in place and running like clockwork. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Do you think you're stronger than local police and first responders? It's Amanda with another new Wisco 411 for you. And I bet I got your attention because the 10th annual Unity Walk Fall Fest is on Saturday, September 20th from 11 a.m. until 5 p.m. This event celebrates unity, fun, and the fall spirit. You can enjoy live music by local artists, games for all ages, a raffle, and a friendly tug-of-war game with police and first responders. It's a perfect day out for the whole family, so check it out by going to WGBW.FM and clicking events.
For 75 years, the Muscular Dystrophy Association's voices have thundered through the halls of Congress.
For 75 years, we've willed the impossible into existence.
For 75 years, the MDA community has pushed the science,
shifted the narrative, and established the field of neuromuscular medicine.
And until that day, when this is all a thing of the past,
you couldn't stop us if you tried.
Join us and celebrate 75 years of breakthroughs at MDA75.org.
Being blind doesn't look how others may think.
Retinitis pigmentosa aimed to overwhelm my family.
It tried to cut me down. I know where to find support.
Learn more at fightingblindness.org, a public service message from the Foundation Fighting Blindness.
Missed your favorite show live on air? It's easy to find what you enjoy wherever you listen to podcasts, including Spotify, Apple, and Google Podcasts. And we're always streaming on TuneIn and the Civic Media app.
Your local Civic Media radio station is your source for real news and great conversation, plus fun and exciting contests. For a complete list of contest rules, log on WGBW.FM.
This is Nite Lite. I am Pete Schwaba. Our question of the night is, how do you feel about flags on cars, be they political, sports-affiliated, music? I think they're kind of goofy, but
do you know what one word comes to mind when you say that?
What?
Tool.
Yeah.
Tool.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. When I see somebody with a big truck and they got a big rebel flag in the back, all I think of is tool.
Yeah, you're in the north.
I'm in the north.
You're in the,
I'm in the north.
The war is over.
I see them, though, around here, too.
It is.
Yeah.
You know what's weird, Frank? And I'm not, I know you're a fan of all music, as am I, but everywhere I go, when I eat, country music is on.
Yeah.
And some country I really like.
Yeah.
One of our favorite guests is Kaylin Cole, and she's a country artist. She's phenomenal. But I don't know. What do you like to listen to when you eat?
When I eat, jazz.
Yes. Right?
I am a easy listening music kind of. It calms you down. I even like Muzak. Remember Muzak?
Yeah.
It'd be like all the hit songs, but they'd be singing them like this, elevator music. Because I don't want to concentrate on the music. Sports bar.
Background.
I get a sports bar where they got some
taking care of business or something. Yeah, a little Skinnerd.
Yeah.
But I'm the same way. I'd rather have music than some places I go to in Marinette. They have the news cranked for the whole. Yeah, the news, and then a commercial comes on and it's really obnoxious. It's like, really?
Yeah.
I want to throw this food at the wall right now for your lack of awareness.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not talking. I know that's a handsome sounding voice. And Frank Hermans, Green Bay legend, Frank Hermans is here with us at Nite Lite, as he so often joins us from right down the street. It's great to have you, buddy.
Mind.
Yeah.
Well, thanks
Look
for
at
having
you
me.
rocking the cutoff.
You know,
I don't think I
I'm
can
liking
pull that
the
off.
guns here in the picture. I never get to see. Wow, hey, it's working. Whatever
Are
I'm
you
doing.
on roids?
No,
that's natural.
That is I started working out with heavy weights about 15 years ago. I have a trainer, personal trainer.
Okay.
I had my knees replaced and my hips replaced and my shoulders replaced over the years. I was kind of a basketball freak. Okay, I injured myself.
I remember you saying that.
Yeah, and I got some arthritis, and I decided to get myself in shape. And I pay somebody to beat me up 3 to 5 times a week. So it's paid off. My wife, I look good naked.
I'll take
my
your word
wife
for it. She texts me that every day.
She
Please tell her to stop. I don't need the pictures
She doesn't
either.
take any pictures, right? Okay.
So when you say beats you up, what do you mean? Like just makes you lift weights hard, or is there like sparring involved?
He's
or
really
what happens?
good knowing that I have replacement joints. So we started 15 years ago when I started. I was a tub of crap. I was, I almost said the bad word, and I weighed 270. Now I weigh 240.
Okay.
And I got myself back into physical shape, which I used to be in. I was in great shape in college, until I got my first knee injury when I was 38 playing basketball, and then I had everything replaced, and you get, if you don't use it, you lose it, and that was happening to me. Atrophy was happening, and my wife bought me 10 free memberships to Dan Tedman, Above Average Fitness, and he trains the who's who of Green Bay. He really is good, and we've become fast friends. Now he's my workout partner.
No kidding.
Yeah, I still pay him, but he's still my workout
Not that
partner.
What do you think? Conrad's been lifting weights too.
Conrad, way to go.
I go to the Y.
The whole thing is you got to lift to stay young. If you want your bones, keep everything up, because atrophy starts happening after 40 for men, especially, low testosterone, blah, blah, blah. We can talk about all that stuff. But if you got to lift, cardio is important, but you need to lift.
Right. I like jazzercise is my thing. I'm a total
Jane Fonda workout. You got that?
I don't even know what jazzercise is. I just think it sounds hilarious.
It's a cool word.
You know what I did when we moved here? I called the Y and I said, because my daughter was like, 7 years old. I said, hey, I'm calling about your beginner's gymnastics class. Can you give me some information? And she said, yes. Well, what kind of information were you looking for? And I said, well, I'm 40 years old. I've never had a gymnastics class. So do you think I should start there? Frank, I get nothing. Nothing. On the other end, it's just silence. And I said, I'm kidding, of course. And she goes, uh-huh. Even after she knew I was kidding.
You should tape that. That would have been a comedy bit. Gold.
Come on.
Gold.
And I did take the class, and I did really well. But let's move on. You've got big things happening. As usual.
Yeah.
You're very prolific. You have a new show coming out. Please tell us about Don't Squeeze the Charmin.
It's called Don't Squeeze the Charmin. The show is rated PNG. Get it? Procter & Gamble, a huge corporation worldwide, but they're headquartered here, right? Well, they're headquartered in Cincinnati, but they got a big plant here in Green Bay, and they actually make the Charmin paper right here in Green Bay. And back in the 70s, there was an icon of commercial. He was that first guy that was, the spokesman, and I call him spokesman anyway, Mr. Whipple. And Mr. Whipple portrayed a grocery store owner. And I got to meet Mr. Whipple back in 1978. He was, I kid you not.
At the height of his fame.
At the height of his fame. My Aunt Cindy worked at Procter & Gamble. They had Procter & Gamble Family Days, and they brought me. And I got to shake Mr. Whipple's hand. Yep. So
wow.
There's
That's
my
pretty
tie
cool.
to greatness right there.
You were still, you weren't even an up-and-comer yet.
God, what was I then?
And you were
12.
You were like a showbiz sperm still. You hadn't even been conceived at that point, showbiz wise.
No, haven't been. Wasn't crawling anywhere yet.
So what did he do? He's not still around? Is
I believe he passed away. And I should know. I was going to look up the Wikipedia page before I got here, but I didn't. But he was a mainstay in the 70s, and then they'd also bring in major stars to do the commercials. Kind of cool. They got a commercial with him. And God, who was it? It's a famous. Was it Will Arnett? Or not Will Arnett. James Arnett.
Yeah, right.
So they bring in some of the big Hollywood stars. They were spending big money on this marketing. Now it's the Blue Bears, of course, for Charmin. So we bring that element into the show also.
Oh, funny.
But this show is based in the 70s. All the music is from the 1970s. And Mr. Whipple works at. Remember Sherway? Do you remember Sherway? It was a Green Bay store food chain. There were 17 stores in Green Bay in the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s. Then they were bought out, okay? But they were a prolific big store, grocery store in Green Bay. So it takes place at the Sherway on Main Street, and Mr. Whipple is being auditioned to be the spokesman for Procter & Gamble. And we're all workers. I play Frank Shishlevich, and I'm a big boy, and I just think that Mr. Whipple, I don't call him Whipple, I call him Whipple, is just, he's not a good guy, and I should be the spokesman because of my speech impediment.
All right, we're going to find out who plays Mr. Whipple in Frank's new show. Maybe you can guess, maybe not, though. We'll drop a bomb after the news. Okay. Frank Hermans is here for a few more minutes, folks, hanging out on a Tuesday night here at Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba on the Civic Media Radio Network.
You're just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off you.
97.9 WGBW and WGBW.FM. Join the family. Civic Media has a number of great jobs across the state open now at civicmedia.us/careers.
From the 97.9 WGBW newsroom, I'm Shali Pittman with this local news update. The search for a school superintendent in Green Bay, what will be the third in 5 years, is slated to get underway next month. The Green Bay School Board approved a new firm to lead the search at their meeting last night, reports the Press-Gazette. CISA 7 will lead the search. They're expected to cost less than $15,000. They also gave some updates on school constructions that are made possible by a referendum last year. More than half of referendum dollars have been bid or contracted. Construction on Washington Middle School is mostly complete, and Star Elementary is starting to take shape. The West Side School was renamed earlier this year for Bart and Sherry Starr. If you're in the city of Green Bay, start rounding up your trash now. Next week is one of the city's quarterly overflow collection weeks. That means in addition to what's in your cart, you can also put up to 4 garbage bags of trash on the curb for free collection. That doesn't include appliances, electronics, or construction trash. The Harlem Globetrotters are turning 100. They're coming to Green Bay in December, the start of their centennial season tour. They announced their stops yesterday. They'll be at the Resch Center December 30th. And if you live in De Pere, Friday is the deadline to have a tree planted by the city outside your home. Chances are good it'll be planted if there's space in your parkway and there are no obstructions. You can have your pick of Gladiator crabapple or Triumph elm or State Street maple or 7 other kinds of trees. They're expected to be planted at the end of October. News at the top and bottom of the hour all day and on demand anytime at WGBW.FM. I'm Shali Pittman, 97.9 WGBW News.
On your entertainment beat, I'm Pete Schwaba. If you're looking for a documentary that will make your life look pretty boring, check out AKA Charlie Sheen, a new doc that drops on Netflix this week. The Inside Look is a 2-parter that explores his 3 marriages, movie career where his credits include Platoon, Wall Street, and Ferris Bueller's Day Off, and the hit sitcom 2.5 Men. The 60-year-old Sheen also talks about his various addictions, mental health breakdown in 2011 where he claims to have had tiger blood, and his firing from 2.5 Men for drug use. And Sheen is well aware that anytime you self-promote with a new movie or book, you do need spicy new material. So the actor is now saying he has also had sex with lots of men, and it all started when he was smoking crack. I tip my hat to the producers who somehow managed to cram all that into just 2 parts. AKA Charlie Sheen drops September 10th on Netflix. For more showbiz fun, tune into Nite Lite with me, Pete Schwaba, weeknights from 6 to 8 p.m. on the Civic Media Radio Network.
Rebuilding and refreshing local radio one station at a time. This Civic Media radio station is proud to be a part of your community. Learn more at civicmedia.us.
I'm meteorologist Mace Michaels. Our stretch of warmer temperatures will continue through the rest of the week. Mostly cloudy tonight, a few showers and thunderstorms. A low in the mid-50s. For tomorrow, sunshine returns, a high in the mid-70s. Highs to the upper 70s Thursday. Right now it's 73.
Not completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. Even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma.
At age 30, Carissa finished her high school diploma.
If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, you can do it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
You are never far away from your favorite radio station. We're always streaming on TuneIn and the Civic Media app. And if you missed your favorite show or game, listen to a podcast of it anytime on the app or our website, civicmedia.us.
Snakes, zombies, public speaking. The list of fears is endless. But the real danger is in your hand when you're behind the wheel. Distracted driving is what's really scary and even deadly. Eyes forward. Don't drive distracted. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Jane Matnair and Greg Bott.
The course is right. I need to find an answer on the road. I used to be
Welcome back to Nite Lite.
I
am the horribly underpaid comedian from the 90s where Frank just admitted to me.
I did. So back in the when you came and did Doc's Comedy Club, I would pay the headliner $500, and you did 4 to 5 shows. It was Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. You don't even remember this.
It was 4 nights?
It was 4 nights.
Oh, you were
$500.
Oh, my God.
You guys loved it. And then I put you up at this Fleabag crap hole motel called the Imperial Inn. I think it's still there on Monroe. And I paid $26 a night for that fine establishment where you guys stayed. Hey, you got to drink for free.
You know what? It's funny because first of all, that was during the comedy boom. I was headlining way before I ever should have. So a 25-year-old guy making $500 a night, or $500 even for the week.
Yeah,
that's all I needed back then.
Yeah.
You know, and it was, you hang out after, you drink for free.
And
everybody,
every comedian that came there, most of them hung out.
Yeah.
You know, there was some shenanigans going on.
It was always fun to come to Green Bay because, like, first of all, Chicago, Wisconsin, the comedy scene was it wasn't the same, but there was so much, you just had friends everywhere. So it was like this is almost like the suburbs.
Well,
in a
we had
weird
everybody
way,
coming down from Marinette to see you. It was awesome. You did well.
That's right.
You made me money, buddy.
Did I really?
Yeah, you made me, because it was $5 I had to get in back then in the early 90s. So I had to get, if I had $50 folks coming in, I made, $250. So I'm covering my door.
Yeah, wow.
Covering the door. That's all it was. And drinks, I had so many cool drink specials, but we didn't do the 2-drink minimum thing. We didn't do that.
Because it's Green Bay. You're going to get people are going to drink that anyway. If you don't tell them what they have to drink, they'll keep ordering.
And back then it was $1.25 for a bottle of beer, and an old fashioned was $1.50. You know?
That's something.
So think about it. I mean, I did make a lot of money. We did great, but then we got killed.
A buddy of mine came up to Marinette.
Yeah.
It's like in college, and we went there's this great bar in Marinette called the Oak.
Yeah.
And it's, to this day, one of my favorite bars ever, this long, winding oak bar.
Sure.
And a buddy of mine came up from Chicago, and he ordered a whiskey sour, and the guy goes, that'll be $1.10. And Frank, I wish I had a camera. My friend's face was just like... And he thought that was just like for the swizzle stick or something. Like $1.10.
$1.10.
That's beautiful.
Those were the days, man.
But no, those were fun days. Doc's Comedy Club, and I have very fond memories of you and your brother. And your dad was around quite a bit too.
The old man was there. He liked to be the king. He liked to say that he owned
sat
the
at the
place.
bar.
Yeah, it's the place. But it was Mike and I. We owned it, and then my dad. He just liked to say he owned it because his name was Frank.
Did you guys do okay as brothers?
We did great. We're best friends to this day. We've
great.
had other business ventures over the years. In fact, we own the Let Me Be Frank building. Mike and I have a company that we own that property together. So we dabble a little bit with stuff. We had a fireworks stand back in the day, made a ton of money. We've
really
pissed away so much money. I think about we should be millionaires. He is. No,
you guys should bring me into some of these. Some of these. I'm basically like a third
pitfalls.
Call me into some of these train wrecks. Let me get involved.
All right.
All right, that's a great segue.
Yeah.
So let's talk about Please Don't Squeeze the Charmin, or Don't Squeeze the Charmin. Who plays Mr. Whipple?
Mr. Whipple is played by Paul Evenson. And let me tell you, have you seen the Woodman commercials? Okay, with Caramba. That guy, he's like, he's a little bit of Phil Woodman and Mr. Whipple, because he's got that voice where, don't squeeze the Charmin, and he's very uptight. And Pat Hibbard plays the butcher, Pat Porterhouse.
That's
and
great.
I play the bag boy, Frankie Shislevich. And then, of course, my wife plays one of the checkout girls, Carmen. And Charlotte. Sorry, because I want to squeeze the Charmin. Charlotte.
Oh, nice.
Get it?
I got
And she stuffs with 1-ply, but she's going to go to the 2-ply Charmin so she can look like the other Lisa, who is quite, well endowed in that area for being a checkout girl. It's a funny show, Pete.
Dude, look, I just can't believe what you're getting away with. All the stuff you're doing.
It's innuendo stuff. It's all it is. All my shows are PG. Saturday Night Live is way worse than us, but there's never any swear words, but there are innuendos.
Sure.
And with Charmin, you can go a lot of different ways with this. And one of the things that we have Sarah Galati plays corporate P&G marketing, and she's coming in to look our store over and is very picky and stuff. And she wants Mr. Whipple to do these shows because she's looking for a curmudgeoned, tight old man. And Paul takes offense to that. We make fun of that he's a Neil Diamond impersonator too, because he is in real life. Paul
Are you
Evenson.
serious?
Yeah.
So is there music in the show?
Oh, yeah, it's all 70s. And some of the we open the show with Love and Touch and Squeeze, and Amy and I.
Nice.
Okay, I do this dream scene that is so awesome. So at the end of the first act, Pat Porterhouse, we're like the comedic thing of the show, but I'm tired. He goes, well, take a shot at this, so I take a shot at Jack Daniels, and because he drinks at work, and I fall asleep, and then all of a sudden the smoke comes out of the Busch Light case, the smoke's coming, and my wife breaks out, I love to love you, baby, because I'm dreaming about her, right? So she does this little bit for me, for a while, where I love to love you, baby. And then at the end, is this real? Is this awake? And then right at the end, she walks, see you later. And then I go into Gotta Give It Up by Marvin Gaye. Remember that song?
Oh, yeah. Great
Give it up. Oh, great music.
Dude.
It's disco. It's R&B. It's some of the cool rock songs. Yeah,
So-
it's epic.
Why didn't Mr. Whipple want people to squeeze the Charmin? Do we
There
remember
really
that?
is no
I don't remember.
definitive thing, but one of the things that I say in the show, and that corporate says, because you're going to break the packaging. So that's one of the things.
Oh.
She says, it's so squishable that when people squish it, they'll break the packaging. So that we take that myth away right away.
Okay.
Why? But his whole thing, I think, is that it's a little bit, I don't know if he's a little bit, how do you say this? It's a little sexual to him, I think, squeezing the Charmin. It's
perverted.
I think so. That's what I'm getting from Whipple when I watch the commercials. The way he says it and how he doesn't mean to.
Yeah.
But maybe in my demented mind, I'm thinking
You're going there.
He's thinking that's the pillows he's
He's
squeezing.
going to get it on.
Yeah.
That's the weird thing. Like, have you thought about doing like a giveaway of toilet paper? You could have a lot of fun with,
Speaking of giveaways, I called Procter & Gamble to get some free toilet paper. They did not call me back. So
Oh,
I went
really?
out to Woodman's and I bought, toilet paper is expensive. I didn't
Ridiculous.
realize it.
I know.
We use the bamboo stuff at home. My wife gets online because we're
What's
like that. It's not made of paper. It's not made. We're not cutting down trees. It's made out of bamboo. Yeah.
And it's for those purposes?
Yeah. It's for wiping. Yeah. We use the bamboo. It's online.
So it's wood.
It's
Like,
but
just
it's made
like-
from bamboo.
But you get it in rolls?
The old bamboo. Yeah, you get it in rolls. It's bamboo toilet paper, and we've been doing that for the past few years. So, but anyway, remember during COVID? I mean, there's toilet paper shortage.
Oh, yeah.
And I thought it was $2 a package, so I go to buy the 6-pack rolls so I can stack them up, and $7.99. So I bought like 14 packages. It was $150 of toilet paper.
You're stocking up.
I'm stocking up.
I used to go for the here's my issue with toilet paper. It's like what we do with it is horrible.
Yeah.
Don't overspend, for God's sakes.
One ply is fine.
One ply is fine, but then you pull the one ply and it's like comes apart in like strips.
Yeah,
and you're
quick trip.
like,
I hate it.
You
gotta roll it.
It's terrible. So tell us more about first of all, what is a rating of P&G? Does that mean what can you get away
P&G means
with?
Procter & Gamble.
Right.
This show is rated P&G because we bring up all of the different Procter & Gamble products in this because they have hundreds of brand names, and we bring up the Swifter, we bring up, we bring up Downy, we bring up Vicks Vapor Rub. So all these little things about if you did work at Procter & Gamble or you're familiar with the company, all of those products are brought up, and we make fun of them, like the Quicker Picker Upper.
Oh, yeah,
Bounty,
sure.
okay? Because
Right.
we make fun of the toilet paper. Hey, well, let's call it the one butt wiper. We're coming up with one-liners,
That must have been tough.
Yeah.
But where did you get the concept to
I think it's because Pete, and sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you there. I did a show 3 years ago about Fort Howard. And Fort Howard, of course, built in 1919, created a lot of wealthy people in the area from their profit sharing, because they were profit sharing, and they made paper products. You can go to any restaurant down south, you still can see a Fort Howard paper dispenser.
Yeah.
They're still everywhere. So I wrote a show about that, and then somebody came to the show. You should write a show about Procter & Gamble. Everybody works there. James River. Well, James River became Fort Howard, Fort James or whatever. But I started thinking about it, and that's a funny concept. Then Mr. Whipple. I mean, iconic
Absolutely.
70s. And
he was in other stuff too, wasn't he? Like, he's in TV shows.
He was a TV actor, kind of like what's her name from the Geico commercials? Not the Geico. Not the Geico. Flo.
Yeah.
Flo's in a comedy troupe. What are they called? The Fledglings?
Yes. Or Groundlings.
The Groundlings.
She was a Groundling. Yeah.
They're in the Groundlings, and she uses all the people in the Groundlings, and she's $1 million a year girl.
It's the Can You Hear Me Now guys? Same deal.
Yeah, I know.
They're like trained actors.
Do you know who auditioned for Can You Hear Me Now? I just saw it on, and they gave it to the other guy, and now I can't hear it. It's on the tip of Jason Bateman. Jason Bateman, this is when he wasn't on the rise.
Yeah,
when he was in he had some down years. And he auditioned, Can You Hear Me Now? Can you hear me now? And they gave it to that other guy. Isn't that crazy?
You know what, though? It's interesting. Like, if Jason Bateman had become that guy.
Yeah, he wouldn't have had all those success.
He might not have. Yeah, because he's like a great everyman.
Oh, he is the greatest.
My guest
funny
is
straight guy.
Frank Hermans. He is a local legend here in Green Bay. He's created a showbiz dynasty here. And how can people get tickets, Frank, for Don't Squeeze the Charmin at the Meyer Theater on September 27th?
Yeah, September 27th through October 10th. And we play a couple different places this show. We have a total of 15 shows. But at the Meyer Theater, you can go to meyertheater.org or ticketstaronline.com. Get tickets. You can actually get tickets at the door to my show because the theater sits 1,100 people.
So big, yeah.
So you can get, we sell out sometimes on Christmas, but there's always great seats available. And then we're going to be at Southern Door Auditorium.
That's great.
And I had the date pulled up here. I was so ready for you. On September 28th. We're going to do a 3 o'clock show there at the auditorium because there's a Packer game at 7 o'clock.
Okay.
And then we're also going to be in Manitowoc at the Capitol Civic Center October 8th.
Very nice.
That's kind of our second home. We always do a show there. So there's lots of shows to pick up. We have some matinees on that on October 9th and October 11th. Oh, we have a show October 11th. I said the 10th we go through. But, we have matinees at 1 p.m. So, if you can't come to a night show, you can come to an afternoon show.
Are you going to do anything in Marinette this year, Frank?
Yes, we are. We are in Marinette. I'm going to tell you right now. We are there January 31st.
Oh, fantastic.
At UW campus there. The Walter Theater. What do they call the theater now?
Is it Theater on the Bay?
Theater on the Bay.
Yeah.
We're going to be there. It sits about 400 people. We're doing our tribute, our Vegas tribute show again there. So, some new twists this year.
January 31st, did you say?
Yep, next year.
I love it. I'm coming this year.
Will you?
Fundraiser
You're not going to pick. You're not going to blow me off?
No, it's always the first week in February.
Okay.
So I should be good.
Should be able to make it? Okay.
And then Steady Eddie says, a regular texter of ours, Frank, from the 608, says, I looked it up. Mr. Whipple was played by actor Dick Wilson. He died in November 2007 at 91, earlier in his life. Dick Wilson. Mr. Whipple played middle linebacker for the Detroit Lions.
Wow.
Oh, wait a minute. He says, okay, I made up that.
I thought he made it up. Got you to say it, Pete.
It's a great but Dick Wilson is a great football name. Steady Eddie. Thank you, Steady Eddie. Yeah. First of all, that's kind of not fair. Like, why wouldn't I believe that?
Yeah, I would. If somebody told you something, I would believe it. You know?
I mean, Dick Butkus and Ray Nitschke, all those guys were like,
TV stars.
Actors.
And, they weren't good, but they were actors.
Hey, speaking of your Christmas show, what do you have that all written?
I'm writing it right now. It's a Dr. Seuss kind of musical. It's the Who's versus the What's.
Nice.
And instead of the Grinch, we have the Grunch. And it's kind of funny. I'm reading Dr. Seuss books right now, and a lot of lines are in the books that are going to be on the show. So it's a lot of tongue twisting. It's going to be pretty cool for us to do the show too.
Awesome. Frank, thank you for squeezing us in. Always great squeezing us in.
I
Get
love
it?
it.
This has been rated P&G.
Yep.
It's great to have you, buddy.
Thanks. Appreciate it, buddy.
Yeah.
Have a good night.
Thanks for taking a window picture.
I can't wait to see it
That
published.
will be posted on social media very soon.
People can see what I really look like.
Frank Hermans, ladies and gentlemen, we're coming right back. It's Pete Schwaba and Nite Lite on the Civic Media Radio Network.
Reach, engage, grow with Civic Media. Log on civicmedia.us/advertise.
It's time for Eye on the Community on WGBW, sponsored by Inside Eye Care, serving the Fox Valley since 1972 with comprehensive eye care services. Find them on North Sawyer Street in Oshkosh and Shane Drive in Appleton. Their goal is to improve lives by improving sight with quality eye care for everyone in your family. Inside Eye Care. Visit WIinsight.com to schedule your eye exam today. Now here's what's happening in our area. Don't miss your chance to see Secret Seuss at the Neville Public Museum. This creative exhibit features a collection that consists of original character illustrations created by Dr. Seuss, as well as a collection of his unorthodox taxidermy. There are also bronze sculptures of some of his most famous characters. The exhibit is only around until October 5th. For pricing and more information, including the museum's hours of operation, go to nevillepublicmuseum.org. This has been your Eye on the Community, brought to you by Insight Eye Care. If it's happening in the Green Bay area, it's on WGBW.
Make every day extraordinary with something special from Wisconsin. From artisan cheeses to fresh produce to maple syrup, the Wisconsin Department of Agriculture, Trade and Consumer Protection's Something Special from Wisconsin program is proud to work with member businesses that certify their Wisconsin-made and processed products. Look for the red and yellow sticker and visit somethingspecialfromwisconsin.com to find member businesses and products made with care, quality, and love. Sponsored by Wisconsin DATCP.
Doctors Without Borders is delivering life-saving medical care where it's needed most in communities around the world. From bandaging war-wounded patients in Sudan to providing clean drinking water in Haiti, we're in more than 70 countries worldwide, bringing patients from sick to recovering, from emergency to aid, from crisis to care. This life-saving care is made possible by a global movement of supporters like you. Thank you.
I was stuck in a state of panic and endless rituals, so I made the call.
Mental health care works when you make the call. Visit mentalhealthcareworks.org. A message from the American Psychiatric Association Foundation.
Missed your favorite show live on air? It's easy to find what you enjoy wherever you listen to podcasts, including Spotify, Apple, and Google Podcasts. And we're always streaming on TuneIn and the Civic Media app.
Your local Civic Media radio station is your source for real news and great conversation, plus fun and exciting contests. For a complete list of contest rules, log on wgbw.fm/contest-terms. As Wisconsin is saying the word bag instead of bag. This is the Civic Media Radio Network.
Welcome back to Nite Lite, folks. Great to have you with me on this Tuesday night. Frank Hermans is kind of like a tornado. The guy just like comes in. I don't know if I've ever met anyone with more charisma
Yeah,
than
it's
Frank
awesome.
Hermans. And even when you call him Frank Anderson, he doesn't care. He just goes with it.
Yeah.
He looks huge though.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
he's like 84 years old and he looks like a monster. He looks very built.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah. You think you could take him?
I don't know about that.
Yeah. I'm not trying to start anything. I'm just saying. I don't want to do that. Hey, it's my son's birthday today. I'd like to extend a happy birthday to Joe Schwaba. It's one of the happiest days of my life. Back in 2000, he was born. He's 25. You're 26. Did you just turn 26?
In June, yeah.
Okay. So happy birthday, Joe. It's great. He was in Marinette today, and it was fun to see him and hang out a little bit. And he was kind of lamenting his birthday, like 25. I can't say I'm in my early 20s anymore. Were you like that, or are you kind of like don't care?
I'd say like anything after 21's is kind of like,
really?
It's just a birthday now.
It's all downhill.
Well, not downhill, I'd say.
Oh, it's downhill.
Maybe when I reach 30, I'll feel that, but I'm still in my 20s, so I'm still happy about it.
Yeah, I think 40 is when you start to feel physically, unless you, like Frank Herman's just said, if you don't use it, you lose it. And
yeah,
I was still playing Frisbee Ultimate into my, I'm in my 50s, and I've been playing, but I haven't played in a couple of years, and I feel like I'd really hurt myself if I tried.
You're in your 50s?
I am, barely.
I thought it was...
Older?
Yeah.
I look great. I'm almost Frank Herman's age.
When my brother turned 30, I sent him a text instantly and said, "Happy birthday, Grandpa."
See, you're not like the most mature guy in the world. I don't know. Do you get that rap? People think you're mature, Conrad. Hey, our question of the night is, what do you think about when people put flags on their cars? Political, sports, music, whatever, community theater, I don't care. How do you feel about people who use flags to accessorize their sweet rides? Let us know. I am against it. Conrad is against it. Frank Hermans was against it, specifically the Confederate flag Frank did not like on people's cars, especially way up here in the north. Conrad's mom, Paula Krieger, says the only flags or stickers that I don't like are political. Does your mom have Packer flags or like Brewer flags? Did I offend your mother?
No, they don't have any flags on their cars.
But
maybe in their lawn.
I've got friends that have like Badger flags. My buddy Mike Corwin has.
And maybe on their golf cart. Well, they're getting one.
Here's the thing. Sports is a part of me. It does not define my fandom. Does not define me. So I wouldn't put a flag out that says, this is who I am. And I kind of feel like, and even the phrase proud sports fan, when people say, I'm a proud sports fan, I don't know that that's anything you should be proud of. You could be a happy sports fan. I like my team, but you're really not doing anything.
You know what you are? I mean, if you're a Packer fan, you're a part of the team.
You use phrases like we won last week.
Well, we're all shareholders,
Well, that's true. In your case, that is true. Nick Marshall, he's in the 608, says, car flags are great. Recently, I heard on civic media that white people are putting Mexican flags on their vehicles, and ICE agents pulled them over and then discovered they got conned, and they're like, well, sorry, we can't arrest you folks because you're white. Nick, is that true? That's a great gag. I mean, technically, they could arrest you for anything they want. There's really no guidelines there. I would be careful with that. My buddy Danny Thine from Marinette used to do that. He used to just torment police officers, whether it was at a high school dance. One time he had a bottle of Mountain Dew, and it was like a summer night. We were we were probably like freshmen, and Danny saw the cops coming and made a big joke like he was hiding it, like he had booze. And the cops come over, they shine the light, and they're like, what do you got there, son? And he's acting like he has alcohol. And he says, nothing, officer. He's like, come on, son, what do you got? And he goes, no, I'm not showing you. I don't have anything. And he goes, son, you better show me what you have right now. And he pulls out a bottle of Mountain Dew. And the cop felt about I'm like, don't torment people with guns. But it was hilarious. I mean, and we all feel stupid. It's like reading that Steady Eddie text. He totally fished me in.
Yeah. I've seen a bunch of YouTube videos of people who prank cops with fake beer, like the NA stuff, and drinking it ice on the road.
While they're driving?
Yeah.
It's funny you say that because I do drink occasionally the non-alcoholic Blue Moon. I don't think you can drink that while you're driving because it has a tiny bit of alcohol.
It is a tiny bit, I think. But the cops looked at it and then started laughing. They're like, oh, okay.
I love when cops have a great sense of humor. That's awesome. Nick from the 608 also says, my landlord would really confuse ice. We're still on ice because he also listens to mariachi music and other Latin music. All right, Nick. Nick seems like kind of a prankster, Conrad. Conrad's dad checking in. Steve from Florida says, seeing we lived in the Key West area, Paula and I had to buy a Contra Republic flag that we are in the process of putting on our golf cart. Also, we have a Wisconsin Badger flag and Green Bay Packer flag displayed in the front and back of our house so friends can pinpoint our house down here in Florida. That's not a bad idea. And actually, I'm gonna soften on this a little bit because if you live somewhere far away from your home, you do, like when I was in LA, I connected with a lot of people from Chicago and Wisconsin. So it is nice when people go, oh, there's a fellow Packer fan or fellow Badger fan. I guess I could see that. John from the 608 says, the flags are gaudy, usually, and scream with exclamation points. But hey, you do you and I'll do me. You feel me? It's all good. Wow, I think John's feeling good tonight. You think John's under some kind of influence?
He might be.
Barb from Waukesha says, I'd rather see team flags on cars over a rusty pickup with American flags. Yeah, we've all got our flag issues. Hey, folks, this is exciting. Speaking of sports flags, Sean Hanish will be here after intermission. He will kick off Act 2 with us, and we've got big news about Just a Bit Outside. You can see it for free. We're going to tell you where and how and a lot of other cool stuff. Sean Hanish coming up next on Nite Lite. And then at 7:20, Nick Wattier from the Green Bay Film Festival will be here. We're going to talk about a big event coming up Saturday night that I'm hosting at the Tarleton Theater. You're not going to miss that either. A lot of show coming up in Act 2. It's Pete Schwaba and Nite Lite on the Civic Media Radio Network.
If it happens in Wisconsin, you'll hear
local news and timeless hits. WGBW, Denmark, Green Bay.
ABC News, I'm Dave Packer. Israel today conducting what it called a precise strike targeting Hamas leadership in Qatar. ABC's Tom Sophie Borre.
We're seeing this attack on Qatar territory being widely condemned by countries right around the world. Arab nations pretty much universally condemning this. The UN Secretary General calling this a flagrant violation of the sovereignty and territorial integrity of Qatar.
The White House saying President Trump's signature was forged on a page from the Friends section on a birthday book for Jeffrey Epstein, released by Democrats on the House Oversight Committee, provided by his estate. A federal ICE crackdown in Chicago's Lawndale neighborhood, part of what the administration is calling Operation Midway Blitz. An urgent manhunt in New York City. Police say 42-year-old Jamel McGriff killed an elderly couple, stabbing them before setting their house on fire. Witnesses say the couple let the suspect in their home when he asked if he could charge his phone. This is ABC News.
As Wisconsin is cheering on the Brew Crew. This is the Civic Media Radio Network.
From the 97.9 WGBW Newsroom, I'm Terry Barr in for Lisa Hale with this local news update. If you're a Packers or Brewers season ticket holder, there's a new consumer alert, and you'll want to check your account to be sure your tickets haven't been stolen. Officials with the State Department of Ag Trade and Consumer Protection say sports fans across Wisconsin are reporting their season tickets have been transferred out of their accounts by scammers. It's not known how many fans may be impacted, and officials say this type of theft isn't common. So again, check your ticket account. We continue to track updates on the 24 cases of measles reported in Oconto County. And now the state has a new way for you to keep up with the numbers. Joanne Krulutz explains.
The Wisconsin Department of Health Services has launched a new dashboard aimed at keeping residents informed on the spread of measles cases in the state. The dashboard will be updated on Tuesdays and Fridays to include a current total case count, overall vaccination rates, and if there are any measles-related deaths. The dashboard can be located on the agency's Outbreaks and Investigations webpage.
And while vaccines can be a good defense in trying to keep your kids healthy now that everybody's back to school, Dr. Casey Freimiller says there's something else your kids can do. Wash their hands.
Using soap and water and a quality amount of time. We talk about singing the ABCs. It really goes a long way to getting all the dirt and grime and the viruses and bacteria that can kind of be harbored on our hands. And frequently after using the bathroom, before eating, after playing outside or playing with a pet.
Remind your kids to cover their mouths when they cough or sneeze to stop the spread of germs in the classroom. News at the top and bottom of the hour all day and on demand anytime at WGBW.FM. I'm Terry Barr, 97.9 WGBW News.
The Badgers head for Bama. Hi, I'm Mike Clemens with sports. College football. The Wisconsin Badgers have a road game Saturday against number 19th ranked Alabama. Kickoff 11 a.m. So how do the players feel about taking on the Crimson Tide? Badgers head coach Luke Fickell.
There's nothing more that you want to do as a competitor than be in the biggest games and the biggest competition out there. And to go to Alabama to play in front of that crowd, to go down there to play, in the SEC country. I think that there's not a guy within our program that doesn't say that's one of the reasons why they're they're here.
NFL, a short week for the Packers. They host the Commanders Thursday night. Packers wide receiver Jaden Reed dealing with a stress fracture in his left foot. I asked how he was doing after Sunday's game against the Lions.
It feels great to win. I'm definitely hurting a little bit, but, thank God we got some time to recover. Put my foot in some ice, and I'll feel better.
Baseball, the Brewers and the Rangers tonight in Texas. Milwaukee losing last night 5-0. With sports, I'm Mike Clemens.
As Wisconsin is hitting the road on your Harley. This is the Civic Media Radio Network.
I'm meteorologist Mace Michaels. Our stretch of warmer temperatures will continue through the rest of the week. Mostly cloudy tonight, a few showers and thunderstorms. A low in the mid-50s. For tomorrow, sunshine returns, a high in the mid-70s. Highs to the upper 70s Thursday. It's 71 right now.
Jane Matnair and Greg Bach.
Coming up on the show, women don't need to vote as long as they have a husband, apparently. Andrew Watkins breaks down the church that says this and the politicians who are influenced by it. Join us.
Matnair on air, weekday mornings 9 to 11.
My name is DeMar Hamlin. I play for the Buffalo Bills, and I play safety. CPR saved my life. I've teamed up with the American Heart Association as a national ambassador to help create a nation of lifesavers, turning bystanders into lifesavers. Through CPR education and access to AEDs. Nearly 3 out of 4 cardiac arrests that don't happen in hospitals happen in homes. Join me to ensure everyone has the chance to live longer, healthier lives. Visit heart.org/nation.
We are the National Park Foundation, and together with you, we're creating a future where every person, every generation, gets their chance at an unforgettable moment. Learn more at nationalparks.org/foundation.
You are never far away from your favorite radio station. We're always streaming on TuneIn and the Civic Media app. And if you missed your favorite
Broadcasting live from the Civic Media Studios in Green Bay, this is Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba, your inside source on everything entertainment from Wisconsin to Hollywood. And now, a guy who writes checks his mouth can't cash, Pete Schwaba.
Welcome back to Nite Lite, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, boy. We are kicking off hour number 2, Act 2, as we like to call it, here on this Tuesday night, wherever you are joining me from over the state. Welcome, welcome, and please be part of the show. Text us your answer to tonight's question, and we will read your text on the radio. Tonight's question is, how do you feel about people who use flags, political, sports, entertainment, whatever, to accessorize their sweet rides? I am not a fan of car flags. I think they're kind of obnoxious, kind of a cry for help. Kind of shows that you might have emotional problems. Conrad is not a fan either.
They're hazardous.
They're hazardous. That's right. Someone could lose an eye. So let us know what your answer is, and we'll read it on the radio. It was great to talk to Frank Hermans, our friend from down the street at the Meyer Theater. Frank owns the damn Meyer Theater. He does great stuff. We talked about his new show opening on September 27th called Don't Squeeze the Charmin. You can get tickets at the Meyer Theater website. We also talked about how I had an audition to be a priest today. It's a lifelong dream of mine, well, to actually be a priest. And then I found out about the whole sex thing.
Oh.
Sort of shied me away from it. And luckily, I would not have... Listen, if I had become a priest, I never would have had sex those 4 times. So it'll be a joy to play one in a movie. So I think you're all caught up, folks. We have, at 7:20, Nick Wattier from the Green Bay Film Festival will be here to talk about an event I will be hosting this Saturday night at the Tarleton Theater for the great film The Anxiety Club, which draws a connection between anxiety and comedy. Mark Maron is in it, and the director, Wendy Lobel, will be there as well. It should be a fun night. Get your tickets. We'll talk to Nick about that at 7:20. Right now, this is kind of a treat. I was not expecting to have my next guest on again so quick, but he's got big news, and he made a great documentary called Just a Bit Outside, the story of the 1982 Milwaukee Brewers, with his pal and cousin from another mother, Kelly Call. So joining us now to talk about the new news regarding this really cool documentary is our pal Sean Hanish. Hey, buddy.
Hey, how you doing, Pete?
I'm doing well. Hey, I think you're officially like a sidekick now on the show. Like,
Listen, I'm not taking Conrad's place. I'm just, but I'll be like Doc Severinsen. I'll just like, I'll play the trumpet a little bit.
Oh, I love that. That's the one thing I think this show has lacked is a trumpet player. So, fire away. How are you, man?
Man, I'm really good. I'm really good. How can I not be good? The Brewers have the best record in baseball. The Packers just crushed the Lions. I mean, even the Badgers won. So come on now.
Yeah, you're doing okay. You've got really big news too about your film. Like, I have so many questions about this, but tell us first where people can see it now for free.
Well, this is amazing because we're now, as of tonight in Madison, we're airing on free TV over broadcast in the state of Wisconsin on 5 different TV stations. This is definitely like a check your local listings situation. Wow. But I can tell you this, tonight we're on Madison, we're on WISC TV, the W, which is channel 3000, right after the Brewer game. So if you're in Madison and you're watching the Brewer game, we come right on after that. And Just a Bit Outside will be playing on your television in your house.
That's so great.
It's amazing. And tomorrow night we are going to be on CBS 58 after the game in Milwaukee. So, I mean, this is like a dream come true. You watch the Brewers game and you get to watch our movie, in the comforts of your own home. We're also going to be on at WSAW in Wausau. We're going to be on WGBA in Green Bay, right there, and then WKBT in La Crosse. But those you want to check your local listings to see when we're on. But, you don't have to go to the movie theater. You don't got to worry about an app. You just turn on your TV and we're right there for you.
Old school. That's fantastic.
It's really cool, actually,
I bet it is. And you're filmed, Sean. You don't have to censor or edit anything. It's good, clean fun. It's a sports documentary about your beloved team and the Brewers' beloved fans that showed up to give a parade. For those of you who haven't heard Sean on the show before, and we've talked about this film a few times even without Sean, it's a great documentary about the 1982 Brewers and the response they got. Even though they lost the World Series to the St. Louis Cardinals, they were still given a parade by their loyal fans. It's just a really good, feel-good documentary.
Thanks. I mean, I it's so much fun to look back at 82 and, the camaraderie, the community, the excitement, and really the appreciation for a team that, worked hard day in and day out and really kind of captured, the state of Wisconsin. We're work hard, play hard people. And so it's so great, though, to have it come out now. Like, I know you and your Cubs. I know that. Pete, other than that, I think you're kind of perfect. But I will tell you to have it come out right now with like less than 3 weeks left in the season with Brewer fever at an all-time high. I mean, it's like watch the game, watch us win, and then watch the movie and watch us almost win, but win in the hearts and minds of all the fans.
Very well said. And how? Tell us. It's also gonna be airing as a radio program, Sean, which is even more old school and cool. How does that work?
When they approached when our friends at Good Karma approached us and said, "Hey, we want to put this throughout the state, and what do you think about airing it as a radio program?" I nearly fell off my chair. I was like, as a filmmaker, I never think of just the audio, right?
Right.
I don't think this is not an audio book. This is a movie. But what's funny is when Kelly and I listened, we were like, I think we can cut some time out of this. And we didn't watch it. We listened to the movie and we were like, oh, it totally holds up. There's nothing to cut here. If we cut something, we're cutting the story. So it's kind of uncanny in a way that, we're okay. So yeah, on WTMJ in Milwaukee, I think at 6:00 next Monday night, they're airing over a 2.5 hour block, the movie over the radio.
Oh my gosh.
Again, as a filmmaker, first of all, you make a sports documentary that's just, it's a passion project, right? Kelly and I were
Sure.
just like, we want to tell this story. We want to tell this story for us, we want to tell a story for the fans. And all of a sudden you're in theaters throughout Wisconsin, then you're on digital download, then you're on Roku and Tubi, and then all of a sudden you're back on like broadcast, which is how we grew up as kids.
Yeah.
So, and then the radio thing is too much, and my head's gonna explode.
It's funny, like you're right, because you've already had this incredibly successful theatrical run. You got like 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. Like the film is wildly successful. But if the first note you got was, "We think this is perfect for radio," you might have ended your own life, right?
I would have been like, why did I go to film school?
Yeah, right.
You know?
Hey, tell us a little bit about that, Sean. Did you go to film? Where did you go to school, and how did you get? You were a director and writer of movies long before Just a Bit Outside. You've had some great films you've made with really solid A-list cast. How did that happen for you? Did you go to film school?
Thank you. I had the good fortune. My dad was in advertising, so I was able to kind of grow up around sets and see behind the camera, how people worked with people in front of the camera. So I had a cursory knowledge of that existence, right, of what a production looks like. And then I went to Wisconsin as a pre-business major. I went to Madison, and I didn't really have filmic aspirations until I took a film course as one of my electives in the comm arts department, and it was love at first sight. I loved making the soup. We used to make films on film, right? We made them on Super 8,
right,
then on 16 millimeter, and then I had the great fortune of getting into the graduate program at University of Southern California Film School, which is it's renowned, and it kind of puts you, I don't want to say on the map, but it puts you in the location where it's all made, or where the majority of it's made. It's made in a lot of places, but it's called Hollywood for a reason. And so out here, I wrote and I did commercials and I did all that kind of stuff until I decided to write a film, really write a film that I was going to make, and that was called Return to Zero with Minnie Driver in it. And that was a film from my heart. You guys can find it out there on all sorts of the streaming platforms. And she got nominated for an Emmy Award, and I got nominated for a Writers Guild Award. So that, that launched, I did a couple dramas after that, Sister Cities, and I did another film called St. Judy with Michelle Monaghan. That's on, I think, currently on Peacock. And then, yeah, she's amazing. But I've had the opportunity to work with such incredible talent. Alfred Molina, Common, Alfre Woodard. And then COVID hit and production went down. And then that's when Kelly and I said, hey, we've been wanting to tell this story for 10 years. Let's go tell the story of the 1982 Milwaukee Brewers. And never having to make a documentary before, I kind of didn't know what I was getting into, to be totally honest. But it took us 4 years to make, and now it's on your TV set, like even tonight.
My guest is Sean Hanish. He is one of the creative brains behind Just a Bit Outside, the story of the 1982 Milwaukee Brewers. And as you mentioned, Sean, your partner on this was Kelly Call, a CBS executive. I think he was the president, right, of CBS for years. And you guys found out when that you were related. I find that almost as fascinating as anything else.
Well, let me get back to it. Kelly and I met at Madison in my second year. So Kelly and I have known each other for a long time. I mean, we're getting almost on 4 decades. And it was only 2 years ago that he was looking on 23andMe and found he lives in the South Bay area of Los Angeles in Hermosa Beach. And I live in Pasadena. And he saw a little dot in Pasadena with my initials on it. And he zoomed in and he was like, no way. And he texted me. He's like, dude. And I was like, dude. So it's a crazy. I mean, it's kind of funny because Kelly and I have known each other forever, but we never really worked this closely on a project before. So in the middle of that, to find out you share a great grandparent out there, it's
yeah. I love it. Sean, just we've got about a minute left. Tell people how they can find out where these airings are again. Do you have a website, or should we just run through them again quickly?
I'd like to run through them again because we actually don't know. There's 3 stations that haven't announced dates yet. So tonight in Madison, Channel 3000, TVW is going to be just a bit outside on your television right after the Brewer game, which has just started. We're in the top of the first. And in Milwaukee, it's going to be on tomorrow night, Wednesday, on CBS 58, which is also called, CBS 58, WMLW. And then there are 3 other stations around the state airing it: Wausau, WSAW, Green Bay, WGBA, and La Crosse, WKBT. Please check your local listings. We can't wait for you to see the film at home.
I'm sure you'll be back in 2 or 3 weeks with even bigger news, and we'll be happy to have you. So congrats again on the success, and maybe a new film if they win. Think about it, Sean.
Just so you know, Kelly and I want to make a documentary about the Brewers winning the World Series.
Right.
So
of course.
We're in.
All right, fantastic. Sean Hanisch, ladies and gentlemen, check out Just a Bit Outside the Story of the 1982 Brewers. Always fun to talk to Sean. Thank you, buddy. We are coming right back with Nick Wattier, who is here from the Green Bay Film Festival. This is Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba on the Civic Media Radio Network.
From Ashwaubenon to Alloway, this is 97.9 WGBW.
Appleton Cigar Company on College Avenue has been serving the community for over 25 years. If you are a cigar aficionado looking for a one-of-a-kind experience, you need to check out Appleton Cigar, which boasts the largest selection of cigars north of Milwaukee with over 706 cigars to choose from in a walk-in humidor. The Cigar Lounge offers an impressive variety of spirits and cocktails that pair perfectly with a premium cigar. For the full experience, come to Appleton Cigar at 415 College Ave, Monday through Saturday, 11:30 a.m. to 10:30 p.m. For more information, go to appletoncigar.com.
If you're one of those people who loves to plan out their dinners in advance, I have just the one for you. It's Amanda with another new Wisco 411. And on Monday, September 15th from 4 till 8 p.m., head on over to Green Bay East Pizza Ranch for a community impact night. Their beneficiaries are Feeding the Park people. So while you're enjoying a delicious slice, you can feel comfortable and happy knowing that 20% of those proceeds help support the mission of bringing food to the people in need. Head to WGBW.FM and click events.
I love playing sports, especially for my school. And that's because school sports are special. It's where it's safe to fail. It's where we're taught resilience, where our fear becomes confidence. It's where we learn to get back up after every fall. School sports are where 7.8 million students go from I can't to I can.
This message presented by the WIAA and the Wisconsin Athletic Directors Association.
The possibility of lung cancer can be pretty scary, especially if you're one of approximately 8 million current or former smokers at high risk. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know that now there's a breakthrough low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early, and it only takes 60 seconds. You stop smoking, now start screening. For an easy quiz to see if you're eligible, visit SaveByTheScan.org. It could save your life. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
Small businesses are the heart of America. As the nation's largest nonprofit resource of expert business mentoring, SCORE has helped millions of entrepreneurs build their businesses for free. Find a mentor today at score.org.
Local news, weather, and sports.
Fun here. We're having probably more fun than people should typically have on a Tuesday. I don't know. What do you think, Con?
Yeah, we're having a bunch of fun talking about flags,
baseball documentaries, a new show from Frank Herman's right here in downtown Green Bay. Don't squeeze the Charmin or squeeze the Charmin. And now the fun rolls on with a really cool event we're going to discuss with our next guest coming up this weekend at the Tarleton Theater. Nick has been on the show before. a few times, and he is with Green Bay Film Festival. They do a great job, and he's always fun to talk to. And he joins me now in studio, Nick Watier. Hey, buddy.
So great to be here, Pete. Thank you for having me again.
My pleasure. And you seem a little less stressed than last time you were here.
Oh,
you
my
had just come
gosh.
off some crazy road trip.
Well, yeah, I just found out like last night that I'm the busiest person in the company this year. So I just came off of a 6-day stretch out in Iowa for a Banda Machos concert where I got to do video,
all the
wall
audio,
and, the video, the
So
staging.
this is separate of, just so you're, those of you listening, this is separate from the Green Bay Film Festival, where he's also very busy. So
Right. Well, yeah, and now I'm leaving again tomorrow to go to Illinois for the McHenry Music Festival. So I'm going to be gone for another 5-day stretch. We call it the Weekend Warrior. You leave on Wednesday, work concerts through the weekend, and then you're usually home Monday or Tuesday.
when everybody likes to party.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, my life is lived when everybody else is clocking in for their 9 to 5.
Do you get a per diem?
Yes, I do.
Okay, well, there you go. You're all set.
And usually the hotels are covered for me, so
Well, that's always
all good.
It's a nice added perk.
Yeah.
Nick, tell us about. All right, I'm going to let you do this because we had the director of the Film Me Anxiety Club on last night.
I heard,
which is the event we're doing this Saturday, and you've asked me to come by and host the Q&A. I'm very much looking forward to that. I love doing that kind of stuff. But tell us a little bit about the event this Saturday night.
Yeah, so we're at the Tarleton Theater, as always. Beautiful theater, downtown Green Bay. Used to be known as the Historic West, and they still have the beautiful tile mosaic in the floor showing it. It's actually on the historical register. I don't know if your listeners knew that, but so we'll be there 5 o'clock. We've got, I believe it's 8 films in our first session that are all, comedy centric. There might be a little reach in each direction, a little bit of drama here, a little bit of romance there, but this is specifically an event for the comedy fans. And then in our final session, we'll have 3 films, the last one being Anxiety Club, where as your listeners heard last night, just astounding interviews with stand-up comedians talking about their struggles and their experiences with anxiety, and really, one of the most relatable stories I've seen, and so interesting to me to have a documentary film that's also a comedy. I don't know if you got a chance to see the advanced screener yet, but there's so much humor in the stand-up. And then behind the scenes, seeing the process that it took to turn their life experiences into stand-up is just, it's kind of eye-opening.
I'm really curious. I was part of a Zoom call last week that the director, Wendy, set up, and we'll talk more about who's going to be there because that's interesting too. But I'm trying not, I like to watch, when I host Q&As, I like to watch a film with a crowd. Yeah. And I'm excited because Mark Maron, who is a famous stand-up comedian and podcaster, is in it. She's got some great subjects. It looks like it fascinates me because I was telling Wendy last night, every comedian I met, or the ones I liked the most, they were a little neurotic. Oh, yeah. And they were a little anxiety-ridden. And to me, the people that can find the humor in themselves through that, I find are my favorite comedians.
Well, and it's not just comedians. I think you see it in all levels of performance. Like in a past life, I've spent a lot of time around professional wrestlers, and like those guys all have their own, struggles. Some of them are anxiety issues. Some of them are, just personality traits, not liking to open up and express. I've seen some of the most introverted people get a microphone in their hands and just tear up a room like you wouldn't believe, right? So it's interesting to see how those things play. And I'm just really excited to have this Anxiety Club film present to us, and that they agreed to partner up with the ATT Center and get therapists in the room to talk about, like, yes, we're going to take time to enjoy a movie. And if you have questions about filmmaking process, absolutely, please be there and ask those questions. But we're also going to have people who are, pioneers in the mental health community that are able to talk to that element of it. I don't know if I've said this on the show before, but the Green Bay Film Festival is actually a product of Film Green Bay Incorporated, a 501c3 nonprofit. So when we're programming, yes, we want to show great films, and we're working on, making sure the quality of the product we bring to town is high, but we're also looking at ways that we can help serve our community and help reach a wider audience that might need something they didn't even know they needed. So to be able to bring the Anxiety Club and this talk back is great. We've done things before partnering with the Jackie Nitschke Center, talking about, alcoholism and drug abuse problems. We've had partnerships with the family services. So that's really something that we as an organization try to do is find other places we can partner with and help them reach new audiences as well.
Absolutely. It's going to be a great night. And if you haven't been to a film festival, folks, I highly recommend it because you get an inside look into the mind of the filmmaker. And in this case, like you said, the AT&T Center, Nick, I was going to ask you about that. They will be there talking about the mental health side of things. So it's going to be a really fun evening. We also, folks, are going to do a ticket giveaway here. We've got 4 tickets to the screening this Saturday night at 7 o'clock. And there are 2 films going on before the Anxiety Club. We'll tell you about those 2. When we come back, we're going to break for news. But all you have to do to qualify for free tickets to the screening this Saturday night at the Tarleton for the Anxiety Club is text in, Conrad?
Tickets.
Just send in tickets, and we'll take it from there, and we'll get you all set up. We've got 4 of them, and it's going to be a fun night. I am very much looking forward to it. I've never seen the inside of the Tarleton.
Oh, my goodness. You're going to love it.
I know. All right, we're going to talk more with Nick when we come back after the news. It's Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba, and it's great to have you here on this Tuesday night on the Civic Media Radio Network.
And you're going on a journey way into the land, and you start breaking down, 'cause you're under strain, and you're jumping on, yes, you're jumping on a fast train. Jumping on a fast train.
From Hobart to Bay Settlement, 97.9 WGBW. As Wisconsin is cheering on Bucky Badger. This is the Civic Media Radio Network.
ABC News, I'm Dave Packer. Israel today conducting what it called a precise strike targeting Hamas leadership in Qatar. ABC's Tom Sophie Borre.
We're seeing this attack on Qatar territory being widely condemned by countries right around the world. Arab nations pretty much universally condemning this. The UN Secretary General calling this a flagrant violation of the sovereignty and territorial integrity of Qatar.
The White House saying President Trump's signature was forged on a page from the Friends section on a birthday book for Jeffrey Epstein, released by Democrats on the House Oversight Committee, provided by his estate. A federal ICE crackdown in Chicago's Lawndale neighborhood, part of what the administration is calling Operation Midway Blitz. An urgent manhunt in New York City. Police say 42-year-old Jamel McGriff killed an elderly couple, stabbing them before setting their house on fire. Witnesses say the couple let the suspect in their home when he asked if he could charge his phone. This is ABC News.
The Badgers head for Bama. Hi, I'm Mike Clemens with sports. College football. The Wisconsin Badgers have a road game Saturday against number 19th ranked Alabama. Kickoff 11 a.m. So how do the players feel about taking on the Crimson Tide? Badgers head coach Luke Fickell.
There's nothing more that you want to do as a competitor than be in the biggest games and the biggest competition out there. And to go to Alabama to play in front of that crowd, to go down there to play, in the SEC country. I think that there's not a guy within our program that doesn't say that's one of the reasons why they're here.
NFL, a short week for the Packers. They host the Commanders Thursday night. Packers wide receiver Jaden Reed dealing with a stress fracture in his left foot. I asked how he was doing after Sunday's game against the Lions.
It feels great to win. I'm definitely hurting a little bit, but thank God we got some time to recover. Put my foot in some ice and I'll feel better.
Baseball, the Brewers and the Rangers tonight in Texas. Milwaukee losing last night 5-0. With sports, I'm Mike Clemens.
On your entertainment beat, I'm Pete Schwaba. Last week, I said that summer blockbuster season at the theaters was officially over, but it appears that no one told The Conjuring last rites. Prognosticators guesstimated that the film would pull in roughly $80 million worldwide. The film opened in first place this past weekend, surpassing the predicted amount in the U.S. alone with $83 million and pulled in $187 million worldwide. Good for the third largest opening ever domestically or globally for a horror film. For Warner Brothers, this was their 8th #1 opening of the year and the 7th film in 2025 that has opened with a take of more than $40 million, something no studio has ever achieved, according to Deadline. Hamilton opened in limited release and came in second place with $10 million, and it was more horror as Warner Brothers' Weapons came in third place and now has raked in $143 million in 5 weeks. Freakier Friday and Caught Stealing finished in 4th and 5th place, respectively. For more showbiz fun, tune in to Nite Lite with me, Pete Schwaba, weeknights from 6 to 8 p.m. on the Civic Media Radio Network.
As Wisconsin as a fish fry on a Friday night, this is the Civic Media Radio Network.
I'm meteorologist Mace Michaels. Our stretch of warmer temperatures will continue through the rest of the week. Mostly cloudy tonight, a few showers and thunderstorms. A low in the mid-50s. For tomorrow, sunshine returns, a high in the mid-70s. Highs to the upper 70s Thursday. It's 69 degrees right now.
For 75 years, the Muscular Dystrophy Association's voices have thundered through the halls of Congress.
For 75 years, we've willed the impossible into existence.
For 75 years, the MDA community has pushed the science,
shifted the narrative, and established the field of neuromuscular medicine.
And until that day, when this is all a thing of the past,
you couldn't stop us if you tried.
Join us and celebrate 75 years of breakthroughs at mda75.org.
Missed your favorite show live on air? It's easy to find what you enjoy wherever you listen to podcasts, including Spotify, Apple, and Google Podcasts. And we're always streaming on TuneIn and the Civic Media app.
Teachers are diverse, skilled leaders, innovating to prepare students for our fast-changing world. Teaching shapes lives. Are you ready? Explore teaching at teach.org, supported by the U.S. Department of Education and 1 million teachers of color.
Jane Matnair and Greg Bach.
Coming up on the show.
Welcome back. You've got Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba on the Civic Media Radio Network. And it is a Tuesday night here in downtown Green Bay. It is absolutely beautiful. We're just down the street from the beautiful Tarleton Theater. And we're talking about a really cool event that is taking place this Saturday with my guest, Nick Wattier, who is here representing the Green Bay Film Festival. A really cool festival. I have to ask you, Nick, and I think I've asked you this before, but I don't remember what you said. A lot of film festivals, I would say most, block like a whole week or 4 or 5 days in a row. You guys have events throughout the year with the exception of summer maybe. What got you there? What was it? What was the game plan there?
Yeah, so the film festival in Green Bay was very traditional originally, where we would do Friday, Saturday, Sunday screenings. We would have hundreds of people come through and they still couldn't see everything, right? Because we'd have 3 or 4 screens going and, you know, oh, I want to go watch this film with my kids, and oh, I want to go watch this documentary. And you'd really have to plan your weekend and schedule to see everything. So one of the ideas we had, again, being a nonprofit, we wanted to spread ourselves around town more and be known as more than just a once-a-year event. So we started offering what we called our Films Around Town events. And this was an opportunity to see, like, well, maybe you don't have time to go to the comedies and the romance films against each other. So around Valentine's Day, let's run a second screening of the romance films as like a dinner theater experience. Okay. So we would partner with local diners, bring a screen and projector, have people come in and do a package deal to experience those films. And then they could have a little bit more freedom when it came to the festival and choose whether they wanted to see that again or experience something different. Well, that evolved over time, and Films Around Town, honestly, was phenomenal for us. It was a lot of work on our volunteer teams, but we would do from the first week of January to the festival in March, and every week we would have 1 screening a week. As we've progressed, we've noticed that, you know, post-COVID, live audiences haven't come back as strong. And I think that that's true of most industries. I mean, the concert world definitely has seen a change as well professionally for me. But what we've noticed is a lot of people want to be specific in what they pick. There's a lot of options out there for entertainment and you know, weekend plans. So for us, we've decided to do multiple events throughout the year. Like next year, we're planning 2. We'll have a spring and we'll have a fall. And really the goal of that is to give people a better opportunity to stay in touch, stay connected, and not feel like they have to give something else up to experience everything that we have to offer.
Interesting. Yeah.
And it also affords us the opportunity to do special events, like having you come in to do a specialized talkback. We can afford to give you and the filmmakers and the people from the ATT Center, we can afford to give you a half hour to have a talkback and not have to rush you out of the room because there's another film coming right after.
Right.
It's kind of my personal theory at this point that people have become accustomed to a 2 to 3 hour experience. If you go to the movie theater for more than 2.5 hours, you're probably having a hard time following it. If you're watching a football game that goes into the 5th quarter, you're getting a little antsy, right?
Right.
So what I've tried to do, at least with my share in directing the team, is try to program our days around that 2.5 hour experience. And maybe we need a break in the middle. Tarleton has great food, so if you want to eat, grab something to eat in between the two sessions, right? But really, we try to build 2-hour experiences that can feel complete and can feel like you've experienced everything that's there for you.
That's a great answer. And I like, too, that when if someone's going out of town, you miss an entire film festival. But with you guys, you have these great thematic events throughout the year.
Right.
And I think it's a really interesting way to do things. So let's recap here, folks. Pardon me. We do have 4 tickets we're giving away for the screening this Saturday night. The film is The Anxiety Club. There are 2 short films playing before The Walking Greg and Miss Rossi versus the Nona. So those will play, and then The Anxiety Club. Great documentary about stand-up comedy and, some of the anxiety that comedians deal with. And the director will be there. I'll be hosting the talkback.
Right.
It's going to be a lot of fun. It's a great night at the Tarleton Theater this Saturday night starting at 7 o'clock. So if you text in the word ticket, we can give away a total of 4. So if you want 1, if you want 2, I guess we'll do
let us know.
4, all 4, take them. First one that text in tickets. So and a fun night in downtown Green Bay this Saturday for sure. I did not get my signing bonus, by the way.
Oh, we will take care of that.
Okay, fantastic. All right, so Nick is here. He is the executive director, correct, of the Green Bay Film Festival?
I'm a director.
The big cheese, the head honcho, top notch, number 1.
Technically, I am the treasurer.
Okay.
Of the film festival.
Oh, that's right. I knew
Yeah.
that.
So, and that's one of my pet projects too. Is helping films get made. Right.
Yeah.
That's really where I'm passionate. The festival is a great thing. I love to build it, but really, I love to see artists take the ball and run with it and see what they're able to create.
Let's talk about that, because the Green Bay Film Festival offers sponsorship for filmmakers.
Yeah, so there's a program we've discovered called fiscal sponsorship, fiscal receivership. Basically, it's designed to help nonprofit organizations get formed. So if somebody wanted to form a new nonprofit organization, there's a whole bunch of paperwork and legal work that needs to go behind it. There's auditing. And one way of getting through that process is to have another organization sponsor you. Basically, you borrow their tax exemption information while you're going through the process of becoming a 501c3. Well, we're also able to sponsor any projects that fit the mission and vision statement that we've put out there with the government. So we're trying to create or establish the city of Green Bay as a hub for film creation and enjoyment. So any project that follows some very basic rules, like you can't be political campaigning, you can't be pushing a religious agenda. There's like 5 bulleted items on a list that we need to make sure that you're in compliance with. We can offer funding to assist that project through completion. So right now I've got about 5 different film projects that are basically running their finances through the Green Bay Film Festival, through Film Green Bay Incorporated. And what this allows is for us to receive tax-deductible donations. So businesses that are like, oh, yeah, we really want to help this artist. We really want to support them and get their vision seen. They can cut a donation to our 501c3. It's a tax write-off. We hold those funds on their behalf, and as the filmmakers incur expenses, we pay those invoices. So if you want to go out and you want to rent an RE set of lights or camera, you want to, go out and get some costuming or pay some location fees or pay your actors, basically all those organizations send an invoice to the film festival, and I cut the checks by hand out of the money that was donated to us. So it's a peace of mind for the donors to know that the money is actually going towards what they wanted, that somebody isn't just collecting donations and then GoFundMe pays out and they buy a boat and you never hear from them again.
Right.
So we're like that level of checks and balances.
Interesting.
So, and right now I'm super excited. We did an event last year for the 50th anniversary of the giant spider invasion. You had me on to promote that event. It was fantastic. We had a great group of people, but even more important to me than that was getting the opportunity to meet the team. And in networking, we've talked about, you know, their visions and goals, and this is a 50-year-old film, but we want to celebrate it. Well, they've partnered with the original director and some new people that were big fans, and they're actually adding a half hour of new footage.
How about that?
Newly shot footage to the film. And yeah, we've got 2 corporate sponsors. They've got, I can't say specifics, but several $1,000s have been donated to cover the expenses of shooting this new footage, re-editing the film, and really it's going to be a brand new experience. And Bill, you know, he said, you know, yeah, when I told that story, when I made that film, you know, it was this way, but there were always these little plot holes that I wanted to patch, and there were these jokes I wanted to work in. Well, now they're doing it with new actors, and, you know, with modern editing technology, they can antique the footage.
I'm so looking forward to seeing how this turns out.
Oh, me too.
Because it's such a big undertaking. It's ambitious and it's cool.
Well, and I'm fortunate in my role, right, is part of my job is to verify that this is legitimate.
Yeah.
So I get dailies, I get little screeners and teasers and behind the scenes photos, and it's so cool to see these things happening. And you know, for me as a finance person, I'm basically watching a line in a checking account. I'm, you know, verifying that people are doing this, but also in this process, I'm making connections. So I now know 4 or 5 cinematographers in the state of Wisconsin that I never knew before, because I'm cutting them checks, I'm making phone calls to make sure that, you know, they're billing fair rates.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of building a database of sorts for, you know, other filmmakers that want to connect. I can help you.
That's Nick Witter. He is the treasurer of the Green Bay Film Festival. They are doing some really cool things. They have kind of a different format that's working for them, a non-for-profit organization. They're helping people get films made. Just an outstanding organization. So you said we've got a couple openers before this Saturday, before the Anxiety Club. And then you also mentioned a film called The Last Vaudevillian.
Yeah, so that'll be playing in the early session. We've got 3 films in the 7 p.m. session, and there's also a 5 p.m. session. The Last Vaudevillian will be there. Devin from that film is going to be there. It's a super cute look at, this is my summary, not theirs, but imagine, you know, from the old talkie days, Charlie Chaplin, and like, what would life be like for that character if he existed in the real modern world, you know, walking down the street, bumping into somebody, and how he responds and reacts. It's a really cool look from an improv troupe that, you know, put a little time and energy into telling a narrative story in a different way for them.
The Tarleton is showing The Anxiety Club this Saturday night at 7 o'clock. I will be there hosting a talkback or Q&A after the film. It's a great film about comedy and the connection it has to mental health and anxiety, thus the title. Wendy Lobel was on the show last night. Mark Maron is in the film. It's going to be a lot of fun. So if you text in now, just the word ticket or tickets, we've got a couple free tickets for you this Saturday, so let us know. What else do you have coming up? We talked about these other events. You got a sci-fi weekend coming up.
Sci-fi coming up. That'll be October 11th. Again,
what are your most popular themes when you guys do this stuff?
Honestly, the ones that Green Bay shows up for the most is horror.
Okay.
Like, Green Bay loves their horror films, which we've kind of snuck in a little bit into the sci-fi, kind of crossed into a little bit of that scary element. The other things that I've seen do really well, honestly, are foreign documentaries. Because a lot of times those are films that you're hearing a story from a perspective you're not going to find any other way. Right. To take a camera and go overseas and meet people and not see it through the filtered lens of the news. Not saying that the news is bad, but they have a job to fill time, right? And to have a filmmaker go out that's invested in a story, find the people, and tell that story with their words is amazing.
Nick, I will see you Saturday night. This has been fun. You got to come back. Keep us posted. You're right down the street. I love helping you guys get the word out because I think you're doing great things down there, and I'm very much looking forward to Saturday night.
I appreciate you so much.
You got it. All right, Nick Latier, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully we'll see you out there. You can meet Nick in person on Saturday, and you can say hello to me too. I hope that's not a deterrent anyway.
No, I hope not.
All right. It's Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba. We're coming right back on the Civic Media Radio Network.
Wisconsin is cheering on Bucky Badger. This is the Civic Media Radio Network.
The green and gold tailgating, the frozen tundra. Lambeau Field has a legacy all its own, including where to build it. Residents on both sides of Green Bay argued for it. Officials wanted property with room for growth. In the end, 50 acres of farmland was purchased, but the address, Ashwaubenon. More bargaining, and in 1956, the land was annexed to Green Bay. Now, do you know the other reason leaders considered this annexation so important? Parking, beer sales, keeping the Packers in Green Bay? The answer coming up. The Green Bay City Stadium project moved quickly from there and in less than a year opened with a Packers-Bears game. It became Lambeau Field in 1965 following the death of team co-founder and coach Curly Lambeau. So did you guess why the land annexation was so important? It's all three, keeping the team in the city, parking, and beer sales. Ashwaubenon was dry at the time. Officials believe Packers fans wanted to be able to buy beer and could in Green Bay. This history makes it a true slice of Wisconsin. I'm Terry Barr for the Civic Media Radio Network.
Skilled trade workers are the backbone of every community and also the Army National Guard. Soldiers trained to keep the power flowing, engines running, and in every other trade needed to accomplish the mission. These soldiers are on the fast track to learning skills that can set them up for success at home with companies looking to hire the best. Their resumes are being built through their paid training and part-time service. Find out how you too can learn a trade profession by visiting NationalGuard.com. Sponsored by the Wisconsin Army National Guard. Aired by the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association and this station.
Not completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. Even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma.
At age 30, Carissa finished her high school diploma.
If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, you can do it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Is getting vaccinated on your to-do list? We can help you check that off. You've got this. Yes, you do. See how we've got you at yougotthis.usaging.org. A message from the Aging and Disability Vaccination Collaborative, powered by US Aging.
You are never
This is the Civic Media Radio Network.
Welcome back to Nite Lite, folks. We are in the home stretch here. I am Pete Schwaba. It is great to have you here. We've got a few more minutes here. Tomorrow night on the show, this will be fun. There is a new documentary out about John Candy. And our guest tomorrow night, our first guest, Heather Heil from the Green Bay Children's Museum. It's almost weird to associate Heather with just one thing because she's kind of like knows everything about Green Bay. And she can talk about anything. And she's just a really fun guest. She'll be here in studio tomorrow night. At 6:35, talking about John Candy. Conrad and I are going to give her a John Candy quiz. So that will be fun. So if you love John Candy or you love Heather Heil or both, tune in tomorrow night. We'll do that. And then at 7:35 tomorrow night, Ethan Ogilvy, he is the writer of The Threesome, which was wildly successful at film festivals, so much so they put it in theaters. They gave it a pretty wide release for a little indie comedy, but it doesn't look like an indie. The production value is great. Zoe Deutsch is the star of it. She's a rock star, and it's just a really good, funny, thoughtful movie. So Ethan will be here. He is the writer, the scribe, as they say in Hollywood. He'll be here tomorrow night at 7:35 talking about his film. And fun night tomorrow on Nite Lite. And the question of the night will involve John Candy. So I'll just tease you with that as well. That's tomorrow night on Nite Lite. I would like to thank my guests tonight, Nick Watier, Sean Hanisch, and Frank Hermans. Always fun. The always fun Frank Hermans, who is our Nite Lite Window Love person of the night. He did two poses. He did a two-parter. So I had to post both pictures on Facebook. So if you go to Facebook, you can see Frank, me, and Frank. It's good stuff. So, all right, Michael Keaton had a birthday recently. We have like 3 or 4 clips of Michael Keaton. This one we're about to play is one of my favorites. It's from Night Shift, kind of the film that put him on the map. This is even pre-Mr. Mom. And he stars along with Henry Winkler. Henry Winkler runs the morgue, the New York City morgue, and Michael Keaton plays Bill Blazejowski, who got a job at the morgue. And the two really don't like each other, but they find this money-making venture where they become basically, what's the word, Conrad? I don't like the word pimp. But they're, they're love brokers, as Michael Keaton calls them in the movie, love brokers. So they take care of these women and they set them up in business and all kinds of stuff. But this is a scene where Michael Keaton is trying to win over a room full of escorts like only Michael Keaton can.
What are we really talking about here? Huh? What's the essence of what we're talking about? I'll spell it out for you if I have to. Prostitution.
What is kidding? Exactly. What is this?
Prostitution. Hey, we can say it. We're big kids now, right? You know, a lot of times it'll help you to understand a word if you break it down. So let's do that now, shall we? Pros doesn't mean anything. Forget about that. Tit, I think we all know what that means. Two, okay, two, tit. And shun, of course, from the Latin to shun, to say no, thank you anyway, I don't want it, to push away. Doesn't even belong in this word, really. So let's get rid of that. You know, if I can take a moment here, and I mean this, what I'm about to say. I feel a lot of love in this room. I don't know, maybe it's me, but I'll tell you something. I was here a minute ago, and it was really beautiful. So at this moment, I think it's important that I see all of your breasts. Or I don't have to. I don't see the breasts.
The best part of that scene is he's breaking down the word on the chalkboard.
Yes.
And he says P-R-O-S, pros. He doesn't even go pros. Just beautiful. Michael Keaton is a gem in that movie. So funny. And do we have time for a little more Michael Keaton?
Yeah, I have a short clip from the other guys.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And it's just his character, Captain Gene. And I think it's this just little clip sums up what he does and how he is in the whole movie.
All right, beautiful.
Subject, but is Kevlar copyright?
Kevin?
Yeah.
Is it bad time?
Come on.
You're mad at us, huh, Gene?
First off, don't call me Gene. I'm your captain. Guys, do you remember the Be Smart speech?
Sure. All right. Then what'd you do? What'd you do about it?
The opposite. We were not smart.
Captain Gene.
It's just Captain. It's just Captain. It's not Captain Gene. I don't have a kiddie show. It sounds creepy, Captain Gene.
He's so great. How long is the Mr. Mom one? Do we have time for that one?
Well, we got a couple texts we still need to read.
Oh, we got to read. We got a steady. Oh, we got a. No, I already read steady. Yeah, you got Mark from Prairie to Sac. They call it the Sac, Mark from the Sac. You could say that. It doesn't even sound obscene or anything. He's in the 608. He said, Mark says, you talk about flags brought the what now oldie signs to mind. A slight twist to the chorus. Oh, Signs, the song by Tesla, I think it is. Flag, flag, everywhere a flag, blocking out the scenery, break in my mind. Do this, do that. Can't you read the flag? You didn't know I could sing, did you?
That was beautiful. I'm tearing up.
And then he's got the little emoji with the tongue sticking out and a wink. Thank you, Mark, but don't ever make me sing again, please. Thanks for listening, buddy. Joe from the 715 says, not a big fan of flags. Don't make it your personality or lack thereof. Maybe the flag is the personality. Thank you, Joe. Bridget from the 818 says, I wouldn't do it, but if others do, that is fine with me, unless it is a huge Trump flag. That bothers me. Okay. Yeah, those are pretty big ones, too. Those are huge flags. And they do block, like, the ones with the big, like, I was talking mostly about the little ones that stick out of the windows, but the big ones that, like, come back, it's like, I don't know, folks. I'm just trying to figure things out. Hey, thank you all for listening. Thank you for your texts and calls, folks. We will be back tomorrow night with another great show, great guest, and a really fun question. That's all tomorrow night on Nite Lite. Have yourself a great evening. On behalf of the lovable producer, Conrad, good night, Wisconsin.
Take me to your best friend's house, marmalade, we're making out, oh yeah. Oh yeah, oh take me to